What was that? I better go check that out. That's funny. I could have sworn I heard something. Maybe I imagined it. I better go back inside. It's not safe. What? Oh my God. It's a monster. Stay back. That's it. You're going down. Ah. Ah. Ah.
Fucking thing sucks! Fuck it!
Hey, what's happening, chaps? My name is TapChap and welcome to the TapChap Show Halloween Special. It has been a good couple of years since I've ever done a Halloween special on this channel. Look, don't blame me, shit happens. Ducks got into the heating vents and I just missed a couple of dates over the years. Totally not my fault, no, not at all, none whatsoever. Blame it on the ducks. But this year I wanted to actually get a special out, so what better franchise to talk about than a franchise that I hold so near and dear to my heart, Resident Evil. But not just any Resident Evil, oh no. Today I'm going to be talking about Resident Evil Gaiden on the Gameboy Color. And I'm going to be playing it on my magical Gameboy SP. It's magical because it can play games that it's not actually supposed to play, that doesn't format it. It's magic. No, shut up. Fuck. The Resident Evil franchise has been around for a long time. What started out as a survival horror masterpiece on the PS1 became a phenomenon that spanned across multiple consoles. Nintendo somehow got Resident Evil 2 working on the N64, which is absolute insanity when you really think about the mechanical finesse it took to take a game on a disc and squeeze it onto a bloody cartridge. The bigwigs at Nintendo must be fucking wizards. Like your boy, Harry Potter. They went and did it again though. They went and did it again! Pulled more of this witchcraftery and made a Resident Evil game on the fucking Game Boy. Gaiden was released on the 14th of December 2001, and reviews at the time were actually quite positive. Do those ratings hold up though? Or has the game aged like a big and yellow banana? The story of this game revolves around the ship known as the Starlight, as witnessed here by this opening cutscene. And it's not long at all before we find out who we play as in this joyous romp. Holy shit! It's Barry Gillian Sandwich Burton! We haven't seen you since the Spencer Mansion incident! Involving zombies. Wait a minute. Didn't he die in that one? Huh. Barry is so godlike he, unlike many other humans, is not allergic to fiery explosions. In the rest of the cutscene, we're told that Barry has been sent on a mission to a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. That's where most ships tend to be. How thick am I? We're set on a search to look for Leon. Yes, that Leon. After his comms went down and they lost communication with him. So it's up to Barry to find out what's happening and to save Leon. So the game begins and we... excuse me. The fuck is this? Whose mans is this? I'm sorry, is this meant to be Barry? Oh, of course! How could I have been so blind? It's so obvious! Of course it's Barry! We can see his distinctive jet black hair and that magnificent 1,000-yard stare. I get that this is a Game Boy Color game and graphics are not going to be easy to achieve on this system, but come on! You couldn't just change the colour of the pixels to a slight orange to match Barry's ginger hair. Could you honestly tell me that is supposed to be Barry if you didn't see any cutscenes? I don't think you could, right? Whatever, let's just get moving. We enter the first room here and... Hello!
Oh my god!
Yep, okay, no, we're not doing this already. I haven't been briefed on nothing and I'm very scared for my life. And Barry seems to be having a PTSD episode.
Master of unlocked his jibble sandwich.
Poor bastard. You know, the first thing I do have to say is, my god, this game doesn't look very good. I'm sure it was a challenge in itself even getting a game like this to run on the Game Boy Color, but god, the sprites could really look a little better. Like, don't get me wrong, the rest of the game actually does look alright. All the various rooms and corridors do look somewhat detailed, and it even goes as far as having Barry dip in and out of the shadows, which I really didn't think they'd even bother doing. It's like a two-sided coin. On one side you've got decently detailed looking backgrounds, and on the other you've got... Ugh. Anyway, we carry on with our mission and try to get through the first room, and... Oh, Jesus! Get off me! Social distancing! Oh, okay. Oh, jeez, what's happening? Line? Just press line? I'm sorry, what the fuck is this? This is the combat in this game. A fucking line! So, from what I've seen from this, you have to time your button presses to hit anywhere within the white line, with the grey line being the critical hit zone. You want to do the most damage, you have to hit here. Also, have you noticed the bar getting bigger? That's supposed to be an indicator that zombies are getting closer and closer after a couple of seconds. The idea being that it's harder to hit the critical zone the further away the enemy is, which is fair enough, I suppose. You know, trying to keep realism in a Game Boy Color game. Okay. This is a deal for any combat, by the way. No matter what kind of enemy you're fighting, this is how you do it. And that includes if you use the knife in this game. Yes, you can use the knife in this game. The only issue is, if you engage the combat by holding down the A button and moving the cursor over the zombie in question, wherever you land the cursor and engage the combat, depending on the distance between you and the Zambambos, is where they're going to appear in relation to you. So if you engage a battle with the knife equipped, all you can do is this. Now this may not seem so bad, but I'm just going to show you in real time how long it can take for a zombie to get close enough to barely scratch them. Magnificent shit! Trust me, it feels longer when you're actually playing it. It can be absolute agony after a while. The game has its own version of the inventory screen. Here is where you can select items and equip weapons, you know, just like the console game before it. At least they got that right. There's herbs we can pick up as well, however the combining mechanic is absent this time around. Instead we just have different coloured herbs that all have different healing amounts. Green herbs, yellow herbs, etc. Some even removing negative effects like poison, just like before. So that's something close at least. And speaking of the inventory, just like previous games, you can pick up weapons you find. But so far, I've only come across 3. The pistol you start off with, the shotgun, and the rifle. However, these can be easily missed. For example, the shotgun is just randomly here, on the floor, in this corridor. Now that in itself is fine. I mean, you could find it on a dead person and be like, I can use this. However, there's no indication that an item is even there. No sprite, no marker, Nothing! You didn't even need much to show something was there. Even a tiny glint of a white light or something to tell players, hey, there's an item here you might need, you better take this. And it's not like they didn't want you to find every item because your inventory is limited or anything, because so far, I've noticed no limit yet. You can carry as much as you want, so I don't understand. Even so, there's enough variety of weapons here, even for a handheld game, for combat, I guess. But it's just a bit of a weird design choice to not point these things out, especially important things like this that are meant to help you fight. But what if you don't want to fight? I hear you cry. Well, you can run from a fight, and it's actually quite intuitive. To make it happen, you just hit the select button, and then... Whoa! Look at that! It's another fucking line! This time it's red and yellow! Slow down, Capcom! We're in a school zone! Yes, the combat and the escape mechanic is exactly the same. Only what makes this better? When trying to escape, the zombies dart up to you and take a huge chunk of health off you, and it's almost impossible to get away without getting hurt. So you can either sit and wait in pure misery, slowly taking out zombies with your knife if you run out of ammo. It is quicker if you have the pistol or other weapon equipped, but it's still a bit grating having to wait for the bar to cross back over, but I'm getting distracted here. No, shut up, you're a lamp. So you either have to deal with it like this or like this. It's the same thing to try and escape, but nearly be guaranteed damage every time. Is this game design? No, I don't think it is. This combat system, in my opinion, just gets in the way and brings the game to a grinding halt. Especially when you finish one battle, then try to juke out another zombie to try and run around it, and end up getting caught again. You constantly get grabbed, and it just slows things down if you're unlucky. There are certain places that give you enough room to run by, but then you have places like here, in this corridor, with holes in the floorboards, or out here on the deck with the path being made complicated by life rings and life jackets. Yes, these things block our path. A trained agent who has spent years working up the ranks to join Alpha Team, a highly skilled and coordinated squad, cannot just step over these things that wouldn't be any taller than his shins. I would say this is abnormally stupid, but it is Barry we're talking about.
Whoa, this way is dangerous. I better find another way around.
These zombies can be sneaky little fuckers and jump out of the shadows like... But thanks to this perspective, they're really easy to spot. Oh, Jerry, I see you there, you piece of shit. Duncan, you scallywag. Oh, shit, it's Sandra. Things do begin to deepen, however, as we later find out that we're not alone on the ship. Barry checks the security cameras and finds a girl locked in a room hiding from the zombies. This is Lucia, the girl that Leon came to rescue. She tells him that Leon had left her there to keep her safe and was supposed to come back, but hadn't yet. But they can't chat too long though, as the tyrant of this game is breaking down the door to talk to her today about her Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We drop everything and make our way there to save her, and oh my lordness, we have our first boss fight! How is this gonna go? How will the game deal with this? The suspense is killing me!
This game is giving me an itchy gooch!
Are you serious? That was a boss fight, people, and there was literally no difference from the regular combat. This huge behemoth went down in 3 hits! I can already think of one better thing they could have done to, at the very least, make the smallest of changes to the boss fight. Why couldn't they add 2 or 3 other smaller one-hit targets to try and hit them for more damage? You know, as it goes across the screen, nearly hit 3 rapid-fire shots if landed right for extra damage. Like how you have to hit certain spots on enemies in other games to open them up for damage. It's a silly Game Boy game, I know that, but you could have done just something to make it somewhat different.
I think I'm going to end up having a stroke over this, so let's just carry on.
Wanna know what else is a little bit of a silly billy with this game? Navigation around this ship is the most vague experience I have ever dealt with. Here's the main issue, right? As we explore the ship, we either get a cutscene or find an item with text that tells us, oh, this looks like this thing could work on this floor in this room, which is alright. That's a good hint as to where we need to go, alright. But say like this instant here, we have to find the crew quarters for this key to open that door. Now, I would think, oh, I passed some cabins downstairs, that looks like what the crew quarters could be. So I run down there and lo and behold, fuck! All these doors look the same! So you have to run around the whole bottom floor trying every door you see
to check if it works. It doesn't open any of them. Maybe they're upstairs. You get up there and try every door on that floor and none seems to open. Then you think, no, it has to be downstairs. It says the floor on it. So then you check everywhere and again, you run out of options. So you go outside out of desperation. Try the doors out here and lo and behold, it's this particular door down this far on the ship on this side that the key works in. Have a look between the first door and the second door and tell me what the issue is. They look the fucking same! I hate this game! How are you supposed to know which door is which? Why would they design the game like this? This is just to artificially elongate the game. They even give you a map that works similarly to Resi 1. It even looks the same. But for the handheld, couldn't they have just given a slight bit more of a guide? It's not that hard to get this right. Look at Resident Evil 1. Yes, the mansion was quite a maze, and for someone playing the game the first time around, it could be easy to get lost. However, most of the locked doors have markings on them. The insignias like the shield or the armor key. So if you read the text and know, okay, this door needs a particular key, you then explore some more, find that key, and remember, hey, this goes in that door. Let's head back that way and use it. And you know where you have to go, whether using the map or using the distinctive corridors to find your way around. This game doesn't! Watch, I know exactly what could have been done to solve this issue. There. It's not much. Still could be hard to see, but you'd come across it and go, oh, this looks different. This must be significant. And you'd interact with it. And if the text is unreadable through the sprite, have different text come up and say, this door won't budge. This must be the crew's quarters. Better find the key. That way you'd know where the door is, so when you find the crew quarters key, you know where to go. The map screen tells you what floor you're on and which room you're in, but only when you're in the room. So you won't know you're in the crew quarters until you enter and the game tells you that! Still not convinced? How's this one? At some point, we pick up this coolant fuse. That's all we get! It's a coolant fuse. Fragilis Day, Kaluka, fucking lay. What do I do with this? I spent far too long trying to work this out myself until I cracked and looked up a guide. And do you know where this fuse goes? In the kitchen. Now, I had been in this kitchen before, and I had explored all of it before checking the guide and got stumped. You have to go into the kitchen, head to this wall down the bottom, and use it there. It turns out there's a door here!
I have a hernia!
How in the name of Albert Wesker's stupid fucking glasses was anyone supposed to figure that out? Look! It's not even obvious that a door is even there. Once again, I ask you, why couldn't the fuse be marked? Call it kitchen coolant fuse. That way, at least, it's hinted that that's where it's supposed to go. That would at least make me scour every inch of the room if everywhere else didn't work, and then maybe I'd find it by accident. Do you honestly believe that you would see that and say, yes, there's totally a door there? Don't bullshit me, Gregory! This game seems to be like one of those games that could only be beaten with a guide. I'm sorry if you like this game, but that's what I think right now, because this game is so overly cryptic and has so little detail where it's important, it makes traversing around this place such a pain in the fucking arse. Still don't think there's an issue? Here's another one! Check this out. I had to explore the cargo area of the ship. I'm down here looking for an important item to help me progress. I look all around the room and find nothing, and go all the way back around the ship again and discover I still don't have what I need. So I go all the way back down and check again, and lo and behold, there's the item. There! Now I'll tell you why this was an issue. Look at the perspective of these boxes. They look like they're on the ground of the cargo area, so your initial reaction is to run up, over, and around, because you don't want to get too close in case you get clipped on the edge of the boxes, because that's annoying. However, the second time running down here, you try to cut closer to get around the boxes just a little bit quicker. And, turns out, these boxes aren't on the floor. They're stacked, and you can run behind them. And the important item was up against it.
Fuck is it? Where is it? Where? Dola! Found it!
What the fuck?
setting myself on fire.
I cannot begin to describe the anguish I felt in this moment. And I was sitting here, pulling my hair out, trying to figure out what the fuck I was doing, and it was there, all along. I ran past it twice. It just makes me wanna... Oh! The irritation doesn't just stop there. The music is the most grating thing I have ever heard in my life. It is the same, high-pitched notes, mind you, being played on loop, non-stop. Not even the equipment menu could save you. It is the most basic of music I have ever heard. But the weird thing is, sometimes, for God knows why, it gets added to, and more instruments join in, but it sounds like a garbled mess, and I don't know what causes it to happen, it just does. And it's annoying as fuck! I'm not kidding. I legit had to mute the game after a while because the music drove me nuts. And you hear the same music again, over and over, constantly. The music, in Resident Evil especially, should build atmosphere, leave you feeling with a level of insecurity, vulnerability, and just give off a feeling of dread and isolation. Let's compare here for a second and see if the same feeling is carried over. Yeah. Suddenly you can't take Gaiden's music very seriously now, can you? I know it's mainly down to hardware limitations, and I do commend them for getting a Resident Evil game on a system like this, but was there really no way to make the music seem even a little more creepy and a little less grating on the ears? It fucks with your senses so much, it can have weird side effects.
Why can I taste my teeth?
It's not very long until we find Leon, and we both catch up on old times. Barry tells Leon about the deli he's opening up very soon. He makes sandwiches now, who knew? And Leon tells him he's been learning zombie kung fu, which I'm sure will pay off. Christ. And it turns out it's Lucia they're trying to find to bring in because she's actually a BOW created by Umbrella's experiment. So our mission objective is updated and we have to go and find her. Now, there's only one issue. I'm dangerously low on health. I can't switch to Leon, who has full health. Why tease me, Capcom, you bastards. And now I've got no ammo left. I'm stuck with my knife. And every zombie I try to run from does just enough damage to kill me as I escape. Meaning I've softlocked my game and now I'm stuck here.
I can't even react anymore. This game has just sucked the life force out of me. Guys, I'm sorry, but this game is just awful. I know it was a technical marvel getting a Resident Evil game to work on a Game Boy Color in the first place, but if you're looking for a Resident Evil handheld, there are so many better options nowadays. Do not even attempt to go near this one. If you've got a DS, Resident Evil Deadly Silence, that is Resident Evil 1 in its entirety on the DS. That is the best Resident Evil experience you're going to get on a handheld. Or if you've got a 3DS, you can do Revelations. Or even the Mercenaries 3D is another option. Or hell, even in 2020, you can get Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, Remake and 0 all on the Nintendo Switch. That is fucking mind-blowing. Oh, fuck, everyone's dead. Oh, me Mickey. Oh, hi girl. We all love Mickey. What the fuck was that? If you're looking for the Resident Evil handheld experience, please go that route. Because Resident Evil Gaiden just doesn't work as a game in this day and age. Not anymore anyway. It may have been good at the time, but options now are so much better. But I will tell you one thing, it was quite a game to talk about for this Halloween special. Especially after all this time has passed, what a game to come back on. And let me just say, it was definitely scary. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I just want to wish you all a happy and safe Halloween. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Fuck. Prick. Hey, what's happening, chaps? Thank you all so much for making it to the end of this video. These take so long to make, so it's nice to know that you made it here. Congratulations. You just wasted 20 minutes of your life. But I appreciate your sacrifice. I hope you're all having a really safe and happy Halloween. By the time this video was rendered and uploaded, I probably, more than likely, have missed the window for Halloween in Ireland and some of Europe, but I'm hoping that this will be up in time for some of the people in the States and other places, so for you beautiful international chaps, happy Halloween. But if any of you did enjoy this video, then how about you leave a like, maybe even share the video on Facebook and Twitter, and maybe subscribe if you want to become a fellow chap yourself. And if you had fun with this video and you want to see more content from me, if you click the card on the left, it will bring you to my previous video on Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, a collaboration review I did with the world famous Uncle Al, and the end card on the right will bring you to my video on my top 5 characters I want to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I hope you get some enjoyment out of those too. But this video's gone on long enough, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up, so once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!